Well, let's go ahead. It is the Game 1 draft. China on your blue side. Thailand wildcard going to be on your red side. What is the priorities going to be? What is not going to be allowed to be played? And China start off with the Omen.
Yeah, Omen's going to be banned. I have a feeling that Thailand wildcard, they're going to ban Finnick or Lubu. Finnick, Lubu, and Teamy look like really popular bans against China. They want it. There we go. Teamy's going to come out. Because you want to target ban. Again, we know that Menji is so good on that Teamy, and Yi Chen is so good on that Finnick. So Finnick's actually been target banned against Yi Chen multiple times.
Well, for China, looking to opt toward the marksman, as Lindis will be taken off the table. And Thailand wildcard, this is a target ban on top of being an already strong pick as the RM's taken out.
Yeah, RM is going to be that popular ban like we just talked about. We'll see if Lubu is going to make it through. You know, China loves to play that Lubu. See if that Finnick's going to come out, which will allow Yi Chen to pick an assassin like the Kriknak he loves to play, or even the Zephyrs. I'm surprised Zephyrs hasn't been showing up a lot in these assassin comps. So let's see what's going to come out here. And Lindis being banned because she's such a strong pick for both teams.
Just super strong from that
Superman
jungle.
needs to come out.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's going to be the Zenial, so now Thailand wildcard.
They have to ban Superman.
Have to ban it out. You know, the Eastern teams don't mind the Superman going through sometimes, but it's still a scary consideration.
Yeah, he's still so strong, and I like the red side ban here, banning Teamy first, and then you ban Aurum. You know, both those are like the tier SS support, and then you take away a really powerful side laner like Serum because he's so first pick worthy. All these heroes that they've banned are all first pick worthy that we see, like Omen, Lindis, Zenio. All these bans are very, very solid and strategic. And wow, Graf being banned, and Superman makes it through for the first time.
You know, Grak, he's back, but then he's just going to get banned out here by Thailand wildcard as he's made a surge here in the group stage. But you leave up the Superman for China. Thailand opting to go for the Violet and the Malik.
Yeah, Malik was a very popular pick that both teams like to ban. So having him available, they're going to pick him right up because he's so versatile in side lane. But man, Superman. Whew.
So give me some information, because you know what? Superman is always banned, and for maybe some of our newer viewers, why is he so powerful?
Because he's a tank, he's mobile, he does a lot of damage, and he's like an assassin tank and a warrior on 3.
So he literally fills almost every check mark you could possibly want from a character.
He is literally a Superman. And he can remove crowd control. He literally has his ultimate, can remove any crowd control from him. If he rushes into an enemy team, he can literally half health the entire team if you're bunched up. This guy is a monster when he charges up his flight mode.
Well, here for China.
Ooh, Scud, okay.
Scud possibility. Tulin as well might be the option for him, but instead China gonna switch it up. We're gonna have the super combo here.
I like the Tulin, but Wonder Woman, I do not like that pick because Malik is literally a counter to Wonder Woman. She likes building tanky and Malik's true damage. He can easily out-push her in lane. So I'm looking for that Wonder Woman and Malik matchup because you want Malik to push out and win the solo lane versus the Wonder Woman.
Though here on the side of Thailand, you've now given up possibly the most powerful pick in the meta at the moment. The Alice, however, would be nice to get a support for themselves and take that away from China.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's picking Flash. I would love, like, Flash would have been really good into a Violet, actually, because Flash counters the ADC really well. Tulin is outranged by the Violet late game. You know, he's really strong early, but he's outranged in the late game.
If that was the possibility for China, we would have had, like, the super combo coming out there.
Yeah, the super DC combo.
We would have had the DC buff coming on through for Thailand, though. Still hovering that Alice.
I like the Scud there.
I do. Nice to get some tank there for themselves at this point. It's going to be the Alice locked in.
He's not only a tank, but Alice is anti-dive, so they can't pick a dive hero. She's anti-dive with her Hissy Fit ultimate. Scud has the Wild Beast Flurry. He can easily knock everyone away from Violet if you want to dive on top of her. Malik and then use the Shock ultimate. That is a ton of protection for Violet there. Thailand is drafting really well into a Superman composition.
All right, here for China, now looking to finish off their composition for Game 1. The Lumber being a possibility. That would be the first, but you mentioned it before. The Fennec, still a possibility. We don't have a marksman yet for China.
So I would love for them to play Thane. Lumber is more of a mid back support. He's not really. He doesn't want to go in your face. You want a heavy engage like Alice. Like Thane is a big problem for Alice. He just charges in there and just hits the Malik, hits the Valor, hits the whole team along with Superman. Thane would be really awesome, but Lumber works too.
I find with Lumber sometimes he can feel a bit binary. You know, he's kind of predictable where he decides to go on the map. You know, he's very telegraphed usually with the play, so it gives a lot of time for a more experienced team to usually avoid that CC. We'll have to see though. For Thailand, they're now looking here toward their final pick. What is possibly the best rounding hero for them?
Yeah, I think for them, the last pick, they probably want to go with Flash or Liliana, because Flash can get onto that Finnick and really do a lot of burst damage. Liliana is going to be able to use a lot of poke and keep a safe distance from the Superman. So I think for their options, I would say Liliana or Flash. I think Flash looks a little better here because the Cyclone can distract a lot.
Oh.
That's a lot of CC, but Alistair is not very mobile. Raz!
Ooh.
We're going to pick Raz here. We've been seeing a lot of Raz lately. You know, he has a lot of burst.
A lot of burst, but, you know, luckily this time around, the Alice is going to be along his side. We saw that in one of the previous series where if it went into the Alice, it was pretty much negated pretty heavily, but it is going to get locked in here for Thailand wildcard.
Yeah, it is, and I really liked it. This is such an interesting draft. However, China does have a very interesting lineup. Superman is definitely going to win his lane against the Scud, but the Wonder Woman is going to fall a little short of Malik, so I'm going to see how these side lanes are affected, because China, they're actually a little better at the side lane gank and the rotation pressure they put on side lane. Thailand wildcard loves to invade jungle, but they don't have a composition that is good at invades because Violet needs to scale a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to put that Violet into a pretty dangerous scenario early on into the game because she gets caught out once or twice. You slow down her farm and then she can't scale up as hard as you would like, and it's nice having that extra range in that mid game once she gets an item or two, but if you slow it down, then it can be quite hard to bounce back here for Thailand wildcard. Either way though, we're going to go ahead get into our game one of our final match of the night. You see the stretches coming on out from Thailand. I'm loving it. Sweet J, you take a look at these comps for Thailand, you know, what is the plan?
I think Finnick is going to be the key here. Again, we saw Yi Chen just play Finnick so well, pushing towers, getting a fast rotation clear in jungle. That's his strength. He's the fastest jungle clear ADC marksman in the game. And also Rolling Lightning was buffed for him. He cannot be targeted during that ability. So Finnick, we have to watch for his plays with that Rolling Lightning.
We'll have to see. As you guys can see, our comps are set out for game one between China and Thailand wildcard. Our final match of day two and possibly our best match of the group stage. So make sure to leave your thoughts in chat as we load on into the battlegrounds.
This is definitely the best match of all 3 days of the group stage, in my opinion. These are both tier 1 teams. They have met each other twice at the boot camp, took a series off each other, so this series is going to determine who really is the better team, and China's looking for revenge.
This is kind of the decider here. You both won a best of 3. Now you're going to meet up in the group stage, and possibly we could see this as a setup for a later match in towards the knockout stage. Unfortunately, you know, we look at this as kind of a group of death, because whoever kind of comes out of this, you know, if you're a second seed going into either Thailand or China, or even a first seed going against the second seed of Group D, you're looking at an extremely tough opponent.
Yeah, definitely. And Raz, I like the pick here. Raz actually can minimize Superman's engage potential, because when Superman's hit with a control effect, it will take him out of flight mode, and that's when you want to engage him. You cannot let Superman engage you first. And look at Finnick there,
wow.
The Thief's Mark. He is clearing so fast. Compare the rotation speed divided. This is why Finnick is so dangerous. He is so good at clearing out jungle and objectives, so you gotta be very careful. When he puts that Thief's Mark on you, you have to back off, because once that explodes, it's gonna do a ton of damage.
He might be wearing a funny hat, but he's a pretty serious hero. And with this, it allows them to possibly look for a play here in mid, because you pick up a kill or two against Thailand, you go instantly to that Abyssal Dragon while you have this advantage.
Yeah, they have the stronger early game comp. Tulin is very strong early game, better than Raz. You can see they're going to exert pressure. They're going to posture around this Abyssal Dragon here, and they're going to contest it really well, because they have Superman as well. China definitely has advantage early game here.
Well, Mengyi still thinking about it. The team is isolated, goes on to Kit, gets a decent chunk of damage. Abyssal Dragon down to about half health. 9AK coming all the way from the top lane to join in on this fight is going to allow China to secure the Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, that was such a beautiful 5-man collapse. Basically, Thailand knew we have to back off. That's 5 pure. We risk and we give a death over and we lose Dragon, we're going to fall even more behind. And that's why they kind of let Romeo top lane just push a little bit.
Nanwan of them setting up a death brush though. KSA almost gets taken down by the Thunderbird, and Nanwan is going to get isolated. First blood to Romeo.
Wow, what an aggressive play by Nanwan. Tulin is so strong early game, but he went in by himself. It's really hard to invade jungle by yourself. That you need at least a 3-man rotation, because if you invade with 2 or 1 person, the enemy opponent can easily 3-man collapse on you in their jungle.
And let's take another look here and see how the game has opened up here for Thailand wildcard.
Yeah, look at that CC. Oh my goodness. Romeo using a Wild Beast Fury, landing that impressive ultimate, and then Raz jumping in there with that uppercut, getting that knockup on Nanwan.
And you saw how close Nanwan was to getting that kill onto KSSA on the Alice. Unfortunately, had the heal and was able to survive exiting the jungle. Nanwan was forced to overextend, got isolated, but still, China still sitting strong as they have a gold lead still, even after giving up the kill. They did get that first Abyssal Dragon. Next one gonna spawn in 40 seconds. 9AK almost thinking of going underneath the tower onto Druid, but decides against it.
Yeah, that was an interesting engagement. You gotta be careful there. 9-8 is known to overly be eager in the late game, so he can't engage and put himself in a bad position. Now that I think about Thailand's composition, they have a lot of control effects. Raz has a power surge. He can slow Superman. Alice has the hissy fit, the sunshine, right? They can actually stop Minji in his tracks and shut down Superman if they know how to play properly.
He's got to be careful. Hissy Fit goes on down, but KSSA gets taken very low, but they turn it back around. Kit is able to find the kill, but he's being forced back into his jungle. Thailand wildcard thinking about going on to the Superman, but that's still the second kill of the game.
Yeah, and look at the top lane there. Finnick putting so much pressure. They're going to hit that tower so low, and this is what China wants. They want to put pressure and push the objective and force towers as Finnick. That is the win condition for Finnick, so they're going to go ahead and trade the top tower for Abyssal Dragon.
Gonna wait on to the next wave. That does allow the second Abyssal Dragon to go in favor of Thailand wildcard. 9AK Yichen gonna take down the first tower of the game, open up the top side of the map, maybe look for some picks, but you still see wildcard going aggressive. Drew wants to try and go for the engage. KSSA gonna lay down the hissy fit. Meanwhile, though, on toward the top side of the map, Kit got taken down by Nanwan.
Yeah, definitely. You can see all the control effects come out from Thailand there. They can actually stop Superman because his win condition is to get into fight mode and just burst people down, but they're constantly stopping him from doing that.
You still see China going aggressive, taking fights into the jungle. Nanwan picks up his second kill of the game.
Wow, what a decisive engage there. Yichen and Nanwan jumping in there, and Junjun just supporting them and killing Malik so fast. Tao just didn't have a chance.
You see that tower just gets obliterated by China, and now this allows them to open up the bot section of the map. Both sides now open. It's just the mid tower remaining for Thailand wildcard, and that is pretty similar. This is what is expected from China. They like to play heavy focus onto those objectives and open up the map and then isolate members of their opposing team.
Yeah, and this is why teams respect ban Finnick from Yichen. He is playing Finnick so well. Look at him, he's level 10. Violet is level 8. This guy is fed. He is rotating very fast, clearing his jungle quickly, putting pressure in lane. They're going to basically choke out Thailand wildcard. And Thailand wildcard needs to get a gank or get a play here because Yichen is going to be way too fed and it's going to be a huge, huge thrown inside.
The speed that he is farming at, it's 6 minutes into the game. He's level 10. That's a little bit ridiculous. And you can see China positioning themselves toward the top section of the map. They've actually brought all 5 members and they want to try and pick off KSSA. He gets knocked on back. He has no control as Nanwan now secures yet again the third kill for his team.
Yeah, that's the weakness of Alice there. You're not really that tanky frontline, so if you're out of position, guess what? You're going to get engaged on. That's exactly what they did against KSSA there. And China looking so solid in this game.
They said, we came back for revenge and we want to find it again. Another double knockup Thunderbird trigger's gonna get pulled by Nanwan. Taz is able to survive with a sliver of health, but Yi Chen will finish him off.
Yeah, that was amazing. He was able to get the Thief's Mark off. That explosion does so much damage, and Junjun got to look at the protection he's doing. Wow.
Rui has to be careful. China almost took him down, but look how fast these towers are falling. Third one of the game. Bot lane has been obliterated. Just the high ground remains.
Yeah, Junjun is doing such a good job.
Look at the damage by this Fennec.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that Thief's Mark, that explosion, you gotta be careful because you're next to it. It will do AoE burst damage against your entire team, so you have to stay away from the person that gets focused.
And 9AK gonna go for the engage. He might overextend, but his team is very far ahead. 4,500 gold lead, 4-2 the kills, but the towers are the story. 5 towers in favor of China. Unfortunately for Thailand wildcard, they're going to lose this Abyssal Dragon. They need to find a way to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, just pay attention to Junjun, how he's using his Rampage, getting that knock up, and then using his Earth Splitter. But look at the item lead, the gold lead. It is devastating. Yi Chen has 2 tier 3 damage items already. Valor hasn't even finished for second one, so he is definitely comfortable. Over 1,000 gold over his opponent jungler.
And unfortunately, like you mentioned, Kit, his jungle just keeps getting taken from him. He has nothing to farm at this point. He's isolated into the bot lane, clearing out minions. Meanwhile, China is running rampant up toward the top side of the map as that second tier tower likely going to fall soon. Yeah,
definitely. And what they need to do, they have to combo Alice's Hissy Fit, the shock ultimate from the Malik, the knock up uppercut from the Raz. And they can come back, but Thailand is just, they're getting engaged on, and they need to be the ones that catch them out and engage heavy onto China here to come back. They need to win the next fight.
That's an 8.5-minute Dark Slayer from China. The speed they are taking this game is incredible, and this feels like not the matchup we were expecting between two powerhouses that were equal when it came to the boot camp a month earlier. It feels like China, they are the true tier 1 seed. Meanwhile, Thailand looking almost like they could be a tier 3.
Yeah, definitely. China has leveled up. They have gone into Super Saiyan mode here, wanting that revenge on Thailand wildcard and just playing. Look at the way they're playing these objectives. China is so good at putting pressure on the towers and getting objectives so quickly.
See, Nanwan wants to go for some damage. Minions starting to siege onto the high ground towers. You do want to see whether or not Thailand wildcard is going to decide to try and fight. They still have to wait out this Dark Slayer buff. You can see Nanwan there did get chunk. Romeo wants to try and get in onto the fight. You saw the shock come on down, but it's just being used to zone away the wave.
Exactly.
Thailand are just trying to stop the bleeding, but the towers are continually getting chipped.
And you saw that combo, the Hissy Fit, the Malik Shock Ultimate. That's exactly what you want to do. They use it to clear the way, but if they can do that combo and get a kill, they can turn this around, but they gotta wait until this Dark Slayer buff wears off.
You saw the Lumber ultimate used there, and Meng Ying, he actually just underneath the high grounds. You can see the damage this Superman does, and this is looking dire for Thailand wildcard. Romeo flat goes on forward with the blink, is able to find himself a kill finally onto the Fennec, the third kill of the game. Kit now is able to get a little bit of gold for himself, but they already lost so much damage onto these high ground towers.
Yeah, this is Thailand's chance to come back. Romeo doing such a good job using the flicker, getting onto Yi Chen, getting the kill on him, that furious charge, and then Violet getting a kill on Nanwan. That's going to help them stay a little bit in the game, but they did lose. They almost lost a high ground tower. But the fact that they still have all 3 high ground towers is still good for Thailand. They need to hold off and make it to late game. They are not that far behind. Once they get level parity and item parity, they have a chance to come back, because that's when Violet and Alice is going to come right online.
I like it from Thailand. They haven't given up. They haven't checked out of game 1. They're saying, we're going to keep on playing. We're going to fight until the very end. We even heard it during their thoughts into this matchup. This is a team with a lot of confidence. They want to try and go for this win over China. They have a long mountain to climb.
Yeah, in the playoffs, when Thailand wildcard faced Thailand, the #1 team, the first game went almost to 30 minutes because of how well Thailand wildcard turtled. They are really good at playing defense, and right now that's exactly what they need to do. They need to slow down the momentum of China, get that level parity, and then go aggressive. Look for the right opportunity.
But you got to consider China are one of the teams that are also experts in keeping games going.
Yeah.
So they know the strategies that Thailand are likely to use, and that could be beneficial. They can maybe find someone trying to out-rotate them, trying to cut off a wave. That high ground literally has only an auto left of health, and then the base is wide open.
Yeah, it is. The advantage to do is Violet outranges the entire team, and look at it. She's got to
go
clear the
for
wave.
it. Underneath the tower, Hissy Fit goes on down, but the tower will go along with it. KSSA going down low, and the Superman joins in onto the party in the base, but you can see the damage. Kit is able to survive. He kites on back. 9AK now running for his life. This is the fight that Thailand Wildcard are looking for. Nanwan on toward the side. He can't do anything. The team is looking to run for the hills. The Superman into mid lane, but now the re-engage. Both these teams are known for how well they can keep the fight going. Romeo dives into the back line, wants to pick off multiple members of China. Thailand have life.
Like I said, they're so good at coming back. Romeo literally single-handedly carried the way he's able to get to the back line, flicker in there, get the kill on Ichen, get the kill on Nanwan. That was phenomenal. This guy is a beast on Scud. That was amazing. We're going to watch that fight real quick and see how it played out.
It was such a long fight, and we got some time to go on over it. Let's see.
Yeah, look at Romeo. Look, he dashes in there, Furious Charge, then he uses Wild Beast for it, knocks both of them away, and look at Ichen. He gets locked down, Kit then bursts him down, and another Furious Charge comes out and secures the kill on Junjun here. Just awesome, awesome play by Romeo on this Scud.
And that is the confidence, that is the life they needed to bring them back into game one. Still though, the base is scarred, high ground is gone in the bot lane. They're gonna go ahead, pick up the Abyssal Dragon, clear out the jungle, and look for the reset.
Yeah, China's gotta learn from that. They have to watch Romeo. They have to protect Ichen or Nanwan, because we saw the amount of burst damage Scud can do.
Oh no.
Anabolic Ape, but look at this, he might get caught out here.
He knows there's people around the corner, and looks like the Lumber ultimate was used only onto the Scud, and the shock comes on down. Kit is able to output the damage that is needed. 9AK a little too far forward up in top lane. Drewy, sure, he might go on down. The rest of the team, though, for China is falling. Nanwan, though, wants to turn around the fight, finds himself a double kill, and here comes the Superman now. Men Yi alone against Kit and Toss.
Yeah, that was crazy. Superman was not in that fight. He was 1v1ing Drewy up there, and as a result, because of Romeo making such a play, knowing they're in that bush, charging in there, getting a huge Wild Beast for an ultimate onto the entire team, putting people out of position, that was such a great engage and decisiveness from Thailand here.
Well, Darkslayer going to be available for both of these teams now on toward the map. The question becomes who decides to pull the trigger, who wants to make the play and force the other team to respawn. Look toward that bot lane. You're starting to have super minions group up and push up forward to the board, the base. That's going to force Romeo to have to clear out the wave.
Yeah, exactly. Again, watch for him. Look at his items.
This needs to be the call. Once he shows bot, they should be going for this.
He has Omni Arms, he has Rank Breaker, and they're going to go straight for Darkslayer. But watch the flicker. Watch how Romeo's going to engage here.
He's coming all the way back over. Does Thailand have the ability to go toe-to-toe? Yi Chen's gonna secure the Darkslayer. Ensuing fight about to break out, but the Superman pushes back 3 members of Thailand back into the fight. Romeo is separated from his team, and now China on the offense are looking to end.
Yeah, Romeo's got bigger. He doesn't have any magic defense. Nanwan literally chunked him in just a 2-ability combo. It took way more than half of his health, and this is not looking good for Thailand. Kit needed to get out of there, but he put himself in a really tough position as Violet, and Menji just came in as Superman and literally half health Violet in one shot.
11-9 the kills, but the game is not in their favor for Thailand, as now they have lost all structures on the map. Only the core remains. Members, 3 of them gone, and now minions starting to surge onto the core. The final hold for Thailand. Can they do it? Can they live on? Or are we going to go into game 2 with China with the advantage?
What a crazy back and forth. China showing us that they are the better team, but Thailand coming back and almost turning that game around.
That was actually extremely close considering how far China got ahead.
Yeah, but it came down to Ichen. Again, early game, he pushed all those towers down. They got 6 towers in 9 minutes. And then that Darkslayer, he is the one that secured that Darkslayer. and as a result, Kit put himself in a really tough position because Kit was trying to focus on 9-8K, trying to get the kill, then Menji just comes in from behind, just sweeps up the Violet, and boom, she explodes. But look at the goal, look at what Junjun actually has, 8 assists, but honestly, Romeo played out of his mind, 6-2-2 on Thailand.
Yeah, gotta give it to him. He was able to break out those fights, provide what was needed for Thailand as we equaled off at 11-11, but oh my goodness, the damage on Nanwan.
Yeah, he did so much damage. You notice that a lot of the Thailand didn't have Medallion of Troy. They didn't have a lot of magic defense. Romeo was actually very susceptible to that.
Rapidly lock those on in. We can get ourselves into the game. And, you know, Thailand, they got to be counting their lucky stars right now because this gives them an opportunity to fight for that first seed slot out of Group D.
Yeah, and is Junjun going to be able to play off that beautiful Grak hook on the red buff, the red golem there in the first rotation of the game. Let's see if that trick's going to work again. How is Thailand Wildcard going to respond? So we're going to get into the game, guys, very, very shortly here, and I'm excited to get Game 2 going.
And welcome back. Reset, begin anew, Game 2 between Thailand Wildcard and China. Let's see if the strats will work again. Almost an identical start, actually, from Junjun.
Yeah, and look at that. They're going to put Romeo on that red buff. And, you know, look at that. Junjun's actually going to go and try to pull the blue away here, or the red, their red away, but he does not make it in time.
Just a little bit late, so Kit this time around will not get delayed like he was in the early game, but you still see there from Meng Yi going aggressive here quite early on that Omen. Going to go ahead and try and pick up the Seagull.
And he's doing exactly what he did last time. He's getting ahead, turning level 2 before his opponent side laner there, and that's going to be really a situation that Thailand needs to respond to, because if Omen runs away in side lane, he's a pain in the neck to deal with.
All right, so for me, can China replicate the control they had in the early game from the previous game too, around that Abyssal Dragon? Is going to be joining us here in about 40 seconds. KSSA. He's got to be thanking his lucky stars because unfortunately fortunately for him, his KDA won't be affected by the early game performance. He kept getting hooked left and right, and actually Thailand Wildcard is going to be able to exert some pressure down toward the bot side of the map.
Yeah, however, China is farming a little bit. You notice what Munji is doing, what the advantage he has on his side of top lane is. He has a little jungle creep, and he's slowly taking in the jungle creep and the Vision Bird, the Vision Seagull. That means he's going to be level 4 before it's Argent. But look at the aggressiveness from Thailand here.
You can see the pings coming on down. China wants to go for this play, and Junjun is now here ready to go for the hook. Gonna bring back Romeo, but the rest of his team decides to not go on forward, and Nanwan, it might get turned around for him as Thailand Wildcard are able to go ahead and pick up first blood and take down 9-8K.
What a decisive engage here. They jump onto
them,
and yeah, they're going hard, but now it gets low.
Oh, Kit though!
Oh
the
my
hook
God.
from a mile away brings him underneath tower and ties up the kills.
Junjun, that hook from God, that hook from heaven, just getting all these crazy pulls. Just fantastic to watch. They gotta be careful here. This guy just knows where to pull.
And I gotta see this once again because this was one of the longest range hooks I've ever seen.
Yeah, and look at that, Nanwan gets low, and 9-8K comes in there to save him, but he gets locked down. Yi-Chen tries to jump around, he flashes, flickers out, and that pull from Junjun just basically was able to turn around and trade 1-1.
For Thailand, enjoying this start over the last, now sitting at a tied game at 3 minutes, 1-1 the kills. Unfortunately, the Grak not able to find the hooks early. Still the Abyssal Dragon available. Spirit Sentinel is going to be started up here by Thailand toward the top side of the map, and it looks like China are not going to respond.
Yeah, Munji's not going to go in there. He knows it's dangerous. There's 3 people top. He's level 5. He has his Death Embrace ultimate up. I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to leverage that lead right now.
Still see the rest of China, though, coming back down toward this bot lane. Junjun not able to land the hook there. A nice sidestep coming out from Thailand. And look at this, Abyssal Dragon looking to be started here by Yi Chen. The rest of the team, though, over toward the side. Nanwan is actually separated, gets back to the safety of the Rourke, but 9AK gets caught out once again, and the rest of the team gonna get stunned on here. And this is the turn. This is the game that Thailand wanted the first time around. Kit is able to pick up the kill. Abyssal Dragon now in their control.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get it, but look at Chen coming right back in, killing Tao there, and they gotta watch the Omen. Romeo's rotating right back out there because they didn't leave Omen alone. He's going to trade that top tower.
For me, though, this is a little bit concerning. 9AK, we talk about him being one of those members that gets caught out a couple times, and it does cost his team. So let's take a look here of how that Abyssal Dragon panned out.
Yeah, look at this. 9AK gets caught. That is not the win condition for Zenio. Zenio wants someone else to get focused so he can then use his Angelic Splendor ultimate to save them and give them that damage reduction and slight heal. And because he got caught out, he's got to watch out, because that's the second time he's died. And Zenio is the person that does not want to get engaged on Pawn, actually. He wants his teammate to get engaged so he can then use his ultimate and Malice CC.
So now Thailand sitting at a small advantage, the single kill in their favor. 3-2. Abyssal Dragon still looking to be started here, but a hook yet again brings Taz underneath the tower. Yi Chen whacking away with that Rourke. It's going to be enough to take him on down. China tie up the kills and now get positioned onto the Abyssal.
Man, Jun, these pulls from over the wall coming from downtown at the farthest range of that Devil's Chain. Amazing mechanical skill and talent from Jun.
Romeo and Kit gonna trade at least back the Spirit Sentinel, get a little bit of gold back toward themselves. Still a dead even game, 3-3, 11.5 gold on average for both teams. But up toward this top lane, this Omen is shredding down Kit. The Zenial comes on back down. Romeo cannot finish off the kill. Junjun waiting in the side. But like that, China are able to find themselves a pick on the top side of the map.
And we saw that combo with the Omen split pushing along.
No.
Oh my goodness,
World Devourer coming on down. So is the Moons. Romeo, though, escapes with his life.
That was such a good engage. Romeo barely escaped with his life, but nice rotation again. This four-man collapse here, taking the top tower. But we have to look at that Omen Zenio combo. I mean, they are just on the same page there, but they gotta protect. This is a tier 2 tower they're gonna take down. This is not looking good for Thailand right now.
You have Kit coming on over, KSA leading the charge. Romeo already down to half health, still wants to go for the play because 9A down to just a sliver of health. They're able to catch out Kit once again. The Lindis has not been able to provide the support and keeps getting isolated.
Yeah, that Omen's Death Embrace is so on point. As soon as they're in a fight, that was 1 versus 3. Zenio comes in, China rotates down immediately. Kit getting locked down by Death's Embrace every single time. It is the directional skill shot. Munji's landing it every time. So Kit has gotta keep his distance away from this Omen, because if that keeps happening, he gets locked down, there's no escape from Death's Embrace. That's a 5-second lockdown. And then because of that, they get the Abyssal Dragon, and China is now back in the lead with 2K gold.
2K gold and 2 Abyssal Dragons to their names, starting to grow a gold lead themselves. A little bit similar now to what we saw before. Still though, Thailand have the ability to look to play back, try and fight their way back into the game. It's only a 2K gold lead. Junjun looking for some hooks.
Yeah, you know what I love about Omen Zenio? I keep talking about it, but Omen has Untouchable. It decreases damage by 50%. And you have Zenio's Angelic Splendor, which decreases damage by another 40%. That's why they just can't kill him. I mean, this is an amazing combo that teams have to be careful of giving China. Omen Zenio is a dirty combination that is played so well by Team China.
And you see there, China, they almost go for the fights almost all the time off a re-engage. 9AK, he's got to be a bit careful. Kit also over toward the side. The ultimate's coming on through and no one can stop him. But look toward the top side, the call's made. They say, hey, 2 members down in bot lane. Let's go for the Dark Slayer.
Yeah, look at this Dark Slayer and look at Team Thailand.
They're going to go for it. World Devourer, though, is going to eat on down, and the Dragons are going to seek out their prey in the river. over. The hook comes on down. Nanwan finds the double kill, but Kit now has rejoined the fight, able to pick off 9-8K. And China, they're running for the hills because the marksman is on the hunt.
That was huge. China did such a good job. Mungie locks down Drewy. They get the kill, and then Thailand rotates up there and just turns it around because Kit is not the one being focused. Kit is the hard carry, goes in there and cleans it up and turns it right around for Thailand wildcard.
Death's Embrace gonna bring him underneath the tower. Can't escape just yet. Kit is also there, so that'll be enough to help protect Taz from getting taken on down. For me, though, that was a little bit different. The Dark Slayer move here from China. This seemed like a very hasty call.
Yeah, we're gonna rewatch that Dark Slayer fight. It was looking beautiful. Look at the engage by China. They get the kill on Drewy. KSA falls as well, but look at Kit. He is untouched, comes back from behind. Romeo's distracting, trying to get a Nanwan there, but the way that Kit was playing, and that's the key to Thailand's comp. If they keep Lindis alive, keep Kit alive, they can win these team fights. But if Kit gets caught out by Omen, it is GG every single time.
Meanwhile, though, during the replay, China was able to secure themselves their third Abyssal Dragon of the game. Still up by 2,000 gold. Nanwan actually using the ultimate once again. Drewy getting chunked there. The damage starting to scale here for Nanwan.
Yeah, definitely. Nanwan probably has a boomstick at this point. Once, as you know, Crixie gets the overmatch.
China wants this Dark Slayer.
Yeah, they do.
Let's
see. They're gonna
second time
back off it. A little risky.
Right.
Dark Slayer could be the throw pit. You know, it could go in the other direction against you if you don't do it well or get caught out.
9K, he's got to be careful, but Drewy, he got hooked back into the middle of China, but here comes the turnaround. Once again, Kit is on this Lindis. KSA gets hooked on back, but Kit is still very healthy. Unfortunately, though, the rest of his team isn't so. Gonna get taken on down. 3 members of Thailand fall.
Yeah, this comboing has been insane. The pull from the Grak, the Omen getting his pull as well. They have so much CC, and then Zenio with his Malice stun. China is just playing this comp really well, and then you have Crixie with Nature's Wrath, that knock-up. I mean, this is a dirty combo that they're executing really, really well.
Now China, once again, gonna start up the Dark Slayer, wanting to excel this game after taking down the 4th tower of the game. Moonfall also going to be used to actually zone away the rest of Thailand if they even came through the jungle. Now, with the Dark Slayer buff, you've taken down all the outer tier towers. Only 2 inners remain. Top lane is exposed. What's the plan? Who are you looking for?
Yeah, I want Thailand to combo. They're known for their team fight. They're known for really good counter engagement. We see that happen earlier in that Dark Slayer play where they won that fight there. What they need to do is counter engage even harder, especially when Mungie goes in there. You have the Alice Hissy fit, right? It decreases the magic defense, and Liliana can do so much more damage. They just have to work together and counter. Lubu has a knock-up. Oh, you know, the Ardrin has 2 CC, has the Ren and his Ko ability. They have to work together to win these fights. Because right now, China is just much better at the focus. Their position is better, their focus is better, and finally, their combos are definitely a lot cleaner.
Well, that's going to be the tower now sieged on down by the Omen in bot lane. That's going to pick up China's 5th tower of the game, sitting now at a 7,000 gold lead. 9-8K looking to run away, but the Zen is going to go across the map and now rejoin the push. 2 members of Thailand in the top side of the map. The call can be made. China wants to go for the play, and they'll take down KSSA. Taz will get taken on down. Kit behind the team, but he's isolated. He can't be that far forward. Knockup will find its target. Nanwan with a double kill.
That was a crazy Nature's Wrath. He basically timed it and put it in front of the Lindis in the path that Kit wanted to run and just nailed it. And boom, Kit just disappears. And this is very unfortunate. 3 versus 5 in our tower. Not going to work out. They give up 2 deaths, then the 3rd death with Kit. This is not looking good for Thailand.
Romeo gets deleted. 9-8K will pick up the kill. Drewy gets eviscerated from the map. China looking to secure themselves a 2-0. Might as well called it a 3-0. Even with that, though, they're going to go ahead, be undefeated in the group stage, and move on to the knockouts.
Yeah, they played even better in Game 3.
I was about to say, they turned up the tempo. They said, guys, you know, it's been a long day. Let's get out of here and wrap things up.
Again, what it came down to, they actually did not do as well in the early game as they did in Game 1 and Game 2. This game, though, China just showed us that team fighting and focus matters. The combo is what matters. That Omen, that Zenio, look at him shaking hands. Thailand knows that China has come much more. So Thailand wildcard definitely needs to really think about, because now they're going to be second seed, right? They have to really focus on the quarterfinals.
Or possibly second seed. You know,
Possibly,
they could
that's
still lose to South America. The upset is a possibility, but let's go ahead and take a look at the end game stats here. Yichen 5-0-7. Nanwan also 6-1-6. But you know, the Omen for me is always a highlight.
Yeah, look at Junjun, 12 assists. I mean, honestly, Junjun, Munji, and 98K really did work. I mean, Nanwan too, landing his skill shots, doing so much damage is crazy. But look at Munji, 21%. And I mean, Omen is not good in team fights. He's a guy that like loves to just split push and all that stuff, but he kept catching Kit out. He caught Kit out 3 times with his Death Embrace, and in 9-8 would just come in from across the map with Angelic Splendor. I mean, that combo is just fantastic.
But if you are Thailand wildcard, you got to take refuge in the fact that you were able to find some good fights during the late game of Game 1. Let's take a look, though, of the story of Game 2.
Yeah, definitely. You got to see, look at 98K playing a little over eagerly. We talked about that before the entire match even started. 98K tends to put himself in a bad position, and it definitely happened a few times that game. And look at China. They're rallying each other. They're having that battle cry, and they come right back despite that weak early game. And Junjun making all these crazy pulls, and in Munji doing all these plays from across the map. Look right here, it was 1 versus 4 and they turned it around. I mean, catching Kit in that Death Embrace was massive.
My lord.
Massive.
The rest of the team, the support too, especially 98K on top of it with the ultimates, rejoining the team when the fights were about to break out on the other side of the map. And you know what? I commended Kit for his positioning, but the end fight there, where he came in from behind, you got 5 members that are just going to turn around
and they made a mistake. Romeo, it was Romeo and Kit on 98K on the top there. Romeo should have saved his knockup, his Red Stallion. He should have saved it. So in Zenio, 98K ulted and used the Giant Expander, he could have knocked him out of it, and that would have changed and kept Thailand in the game. Unfortunately, they could not stop it, and it was a 5 versus 3 on bottom tower.
Oh, look at that there. China feeling pretty confident after having to replay that second game, a 13-23 second game time. But guys, we're going to go ahead, throw it on over to Matt on stage for a quick interview.
Here on stage with Junjun and China, our third confirmed quarter-finalist today. It's been a clear day of teams stomping through their groups to get through, and then the champions of Group D are going to be China. Congratulations, Junjun. China then into the next stage, into our quarter-finals, and a little bit closer to making it to the TCL Chinese Theatre. Are they happy with that win?
恭喜大家，现在就进入了我们的8强赛，现在离我们的去中国剧院就近了一步，大家现在开心吗？
现在很开心，然后希望努力的打吧，坚持的打，然后一步一步走到最后，拿到冠军。
They're very happy, and hopefully they can do it step by step, and then get it closer to the champion.
Ask Junjun for me about his Grak play, because we've been really enjoying what we've been seeing with Grak all day, but Junjun's been particularly good with him. Does he have any advice for players on how to get good at being Grak?
就是我们大家都留意到你的夸克是非常神的一个就是你的操作是非常神的，是非常超神的，所以你对玩夸克有没有一些个人的建议呢？
尽量就是逼迫对面走位，然后用一技能起手再勾他们比较好。
Okay, so he suggests to pay attention to the enemy's positioning and then start with the E and then hook them.